Thanks for tuning in to Directory Insights in 10 Minutes, brought to you by Guardians of the Directory. I'm your host, Craig Birch. As promised, this series is all about cutting through the noise. No fluff, no filler. Just practical insights for Active Directory and Entra ID admins who want to secure and manage their environments efficiently. The topic of today, accounts that have use-only Kerberos DES-encryption set on the account. So what am I talking about? Let's jump into Active Directory and get a better feel for what this setting is and where we can find it. So if we go to the user account and then go to the accounts tab, and under the account options, we'll see there is the ability for someone to actually set a flag called use only Kerberos DES-encryption types for this account. So we can see it through a GUI here. And what this means is it allows this user to use a weaker encryption than AES, and which really makes it easier for an attacker to exploit. So we want to make sure that we find these accounts in our environment and then perform the remediation to keep our environment safe. And how do we go about finding these accounts en masse? So what we're going to use is our favorite tool called PowerShell. And what I want to do is simply run a PowerShell command. So we're going to do a Get-ADUser. We're filtering on properties with a UserAccountControl, and we're looking for the bit inside the UserAccountControl. So we're going to use the -ban feature, and then we're going to go in and look for 0,000. So this is the bit that actually looks for accounts using DES encryption in your Active Directory. So let's run this command in my Active Directory and see what counts I find. So you can see I have a couple accounts in my environment that actually have this bit set. And we can go in and verify that through the GUI as well. So let's go in and look at this first one, Alan Ado, and let's go into Active Directory and open up this user. And sure enough, you'll see that this account is actually set to only have DES encryption for this account, overriding my ability to use a stronger encryption type like AES in my environment based on the operating system. So I can certainly go in and remediate this account or this account here and do it through the GUI. But again, I want to be able to do this using PowerShell as well. So let's go in and look at something that we can use to remediate the account via PowerShell. So we're going to look for Alan's account because we know that he's one of the accounts that are impacted. And what we're going to do here is simply set the AD-account-control tab and use DES key only and set it to false. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we can go in and rerun our command and see if we have any accounts in there. And you can see, right, we've remediated all these accounts using two simple PowerShell commands for my Active Directory. So the first thing I went out and did was I used a PowerShell command to go out and find all the accounts inside of Active Directory that allow the user to only have DES encryption, again, which is a weaker encryption type, and it's very easy for attackers then to abuse this. As well as I use the simple PowerShell command to go in and perform the remediation. So again, I showed you how to do it through the GUI, as well as in the PowerShell on how to perform this remediation in your environment. So again, I kept it short and sweet, and that's all for today's episode of Directory Insight in 10 minutes. Remember, keep your AD security simple. You want to keep it fast and actionable. So if you find this useful, like, share, or drop a comment with your thoughts. Got a topic you want us to cover? Let us know. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay guarded, and become the guardian of your directory.